log out, does he?
I always do, Tanya.
Never do, does he? I always...
Tanya, is this a major? I've had a big day.
I'm coming, Pete. I've just gone and put the stuff away. PD's policy. They said at my review. I won't be a sec.
I'll get your helmet, Bet. Grab your jacket and we're out of here. I don't want to get stuck on the motorway.
Yeah, I just want to finish that.
Come on, I want to go.
Yeah.
I'll meet you down at the bike.
All right, babe.
Police policy. Bess is going to hand it to you, our piece of work.
Yeah, well, I just got to get rid of this stuff.
Oh, forget him. Run away with me.
I need to pee. That bike of his always makes me want to go.
Anyone go for a drink? I'll shout. Well, first round I'll shout. You on, Louisa?
No, thanks.
Jeff! Tanya,
I'm a bit tied up.
how about you, Seb?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm just going for a smoke. I might meet you down there, eh?
Is it my breath?
Stop it! No! Stop it, Michael!
Stop it!
No. Michael!
Stop it! Michael! Take the girls down to the gate. Don't go onto the road. Give Daddy a surprise. I bet he's nearly home.
I don't want to.
I thought you might want to tell him what a good boy you've been, Mikey, before I tell him the truth. Go on.
Is he home yet? Yeah, but is he home yet? Stall him. I've got to get home before he does, Mum. I don't know, send him to the dairy or something? I just need to get home before he does, Mum. He'll go bloody ballistic, Mum. I don't know, 15 minutes?
Hey, us. Yeah? See that thing up there by the treehouse? See it? Can you see its horns? Hasn't got horns. Has got horns. Look. See its red eyes? I'm gonna tell Dad on you.
Come on, boys and girls. I'm meeting Julie. That legal aid report in the morning, Tanya?
Yes, boss.
I'm locking up. Come on, it's way after 5.
Jeff, I've got to get my coat and sports bag. Hang on a minute.
that you?
It's okay, you're okay. It's okay, we're okay.
What was that? What was that? It must have been a plane. Flew into the building. Was it a plane?
It wouldn't be a plane.
It was a bloody earthquake, Louisa. I think it was the big one.
Just stay calm, Dizzy.
I am fucking calm. I haven't got the mobile. Has anyone got a phone that's working?
Mobile's not working. Fucking typical. Jesus. How am I supposed to...
Pete! Pete! Okay, listen. Roll call.
Roll call. Come on, Louisa.
Who's here?
I am.
Hey! Hang on, Bess. Turn that thing out. There could be gas. Are you here? Okay, quiet, everyone. Here's the drill. I'll call your name and you just answer. Just answer. Tanya?
I said yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
We have
Thanks.
to get out of here. Jeff?
I'm fine. I'm just a bit shaken.
Warren?
By the desk. I can't move. There's something on my legs.
Stay where you are for now. Dizzy?
Present, miss.
Anyone else? We need to get together. We need to... Safety limits. Muster. Muster by the back wall near the lifts and stairs, okay? It's the strongest part of the building.
We're here. We're here
We're
already.
by the lamps. Yes. Okay. Follow the light.
I can't move.
We interrupt this program to bring you a breaking news story. There has been a major earthquake felt throughout much of New Zealand, but believed to be centred in the Wellington area. We have no contact with our newsroom or reporters in Wellington. Landlines are down, cell phone towers are presumed destroyed. We also believe power is out. Stay with us while we find out exactly what has happened.
I wouldn't do that, mate. There's petrol everywhere. My old man's gonna kill me. He doesn't know I've got his truck. What am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do? I can't call. I
Forget
can't...
your bloody tank. There's poor bastards here that are hurt. Oh, the whole place could...
Well, do you know first aid? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, just check it out. Make them comfortable. Do your best, all right?
Tracy? Is she okay? She's gonna be okay.
Yeah. You okay? What's the matter?
She's gonna be alright. Don't waste your battery. Who is it?
Oh, it's me. I can hear Warren. Warren! It's Tanya!
Over here!
I'll see if I can get to him. Oh. I can hear him! But I can't see him.
Careful. Careful.
That you?
Yeah, I've got all the stuff over me. There's something across my legs.
Louisa's holding a meeting.
Good on Louisa.
Yeah. She's back there a bit.
I can't get there.
Can you feel that?
No.
None of us can move in here. Look. Hang on. It's a bit damp. Bloody water bottle. But it'll do till they get here.
It's tough.
I've got to go back and see Louise. I'll be back.
We don't know how many people are able to receive this broadcast. What we do know is this. Power to Auckland and the North Island is fluctuating. We're now broadcasting using our emergency generator. We've managed to get in touch with the backup duty officer from GNS in Wairakei, Rex Hiles. He tells us that an earthquake of 8.2 magnitude, with its epicentre in the Cook Strait, has been felt from Hamilton to Christchurch. Rex joins us live now from Wairakei. What else can you tell us about this earthquake?
Hi Alex, now this earthquake occurred along the Wairarapa fault line. Now to put this in perspective, this has released 5 times more energy than the Napier earthquake of 1931. That earthquake measured 7.8 on the Richter scale, and 256 people lost their lives due to that quake.
Rex, thank you. Due to a lack of communication, we're still unable to tell you exactly what damage it's caused or if there's any loss of life. We have had some people call in on cell phones from the Picton area and from the Manawatu, but no contact whatsoever from Wellington itself.
Warren. He can't move. I'm supposed to be at bloody netball trials.
With you, Warren. Soon as.
We shouldn't move him. That's the rule. Wait till they come.
Wait till who comes?
Someone will come. They have to, don't they? I mean, look at this place. They must know, right?
Okay, think. What's the drill?
Don't panic. And get the hell out of here.
Unless it's tidal wave.
I knew we should have had practices.
A what?
A tsunami.
Well, that's all we bloody need. Okay, you're our emergency guy, Louisa. What do we do for tidal waves?
Go up.
Up? Up bloody where, Louisa?
Higher. And what's your language, Dizzy?
Higher? There is no up as far as I can see.
So we stay put.
No. No, I'm going down. Beats sitting around here and hoping. You hear that? I'll go down and get them up here. Go down the stairs.
Can we all call Pete? come down with. I'll come with you, Dizzy.
Okay.
Come too.
We're going down! We'll be back soon as. Someone will.
I'd give you the torch, but...
Love you, Pete.
Are you all right?
It knocked me out, but I think I'm okay.
You're on comms.
This is Wellington Emergency Management Office. Is there anyone there? This is Wellington Emergency Management Office. Does anyone copy?
Via comms. Via comms. This is Wellington Emergency Management Office. Angela Flight. Do you copy? Over?
Fire comms, go ahead, Weaver. Over.
This is the controller. I've just arrived.
Victoria.
We're on standby.
Mount Victoria. Emergency Management Office. Does anyone copy? Yes, Mount Victoria.
You and I are it, Janice, and it could be a while.
Slowly, please, Mount Victoria. Can I have a sit? Ready,
This
please?
is Wemo. This is Wemo. Kilburney Civil Defence.
Okay, I will pass that on. Thank you.
Kilburney Civil Defence.
Okay, I'll
This is
pass that
Wemo.
on.
This is
Over.
Wemo. Do you copy? Over.
Wellington Emergency Management Office.
Come on!
Can you please repeat that? Rory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rory. Can I have a sit rep, please?
Kilburney Civil Defence.
Hello, this is
Thank
Wemo.
you.
Yes.
No, would you
Just
repeat
begin
that,
to
please?
set up your seats.
Thank you,
Yes,
Corey.
thank
Okay, I can't hear you there, Newlands 2. Can you
Slowly,
please just
How many?
slow down, Newlands 2?
I understand. And are there any appliances?
Okay.
Continue.
On
And
hand?
which roads are
Please
that?
repeat that.
I understand.
Okay.
Slowly, Kilburney.
I gotta get back to the kids.
Should I lock the car?
Help me!
Just leave it in there.
Help me.
Someone want to move it.
Help!
How long?
Are you okay?
I can't move. Let me out of
We'll
here.
get a free her up. I'll get a bar or something. You know? Wait for it! Come on!
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Evans Bay. Over.
Copy that.
Angela, I've got reports of flooding through Evans Bay.
And Courtney Place.
It's not ordinary flooding. I've got Thornton. Thornton says the sea's come right up onto the motorway.
It's bloody huge. They've got 5 dead.
Well, let's do it calmly and then we'll do it well. All right?
Okay, Cube Street over.
Carry on, please. Thornton. Over.
Can you sit rep, please?
Sorry, please slow down.
Who's the health rep?
Set out, but it hasn't arrived.
I'm getting reports in there of a tsunami, a wave of 6 to 8 metres. Some are saying 10. Airport's out. Here it comes.
Oh,
Looks like we lost that boy. Come on, you mongrel.
And while we still have no direct link, landlines and cell phones are still out. We do have radiophone contact now. From Wellington, our reporter Gary McLaren.
Alex, a massive tsunami has just hit the Wellington region. I'm going to repeat that. It's a huge tsunami and it has just hit the Wellington region. The damage is incredible. Waves have come right up into the business district, destroying...
Gary? Well, we appear to have lost contact with our reporter in Wellington. As you can see, our communication with the area is tenuous. We'll be back in touch with Gary as soon as we can. But just to repeat, a massive tsunami has struck the Wellington area.
They won't attempt anything until daylight. Who's the imbecile? Tell them where we
What's
are.
that they didn't get out? What's that they didn't get out and no one knows?
Jeff, it's a bit early to be giving up. We've got 24 hours, maybe 48. We've got time. We're not going anywhere.
So just sit and wait.
Well, have you got a better idea?
I vote we have someone with Warren all the time. I don't...
One thing at a time, people. First thing, stock taking.
Stock taking?
Jeff, I was appointed...
You volunteered.
Okay. You're the supervisor. You want to take over? Cool. Just get your shit together and show some leadership for a change.
God, Louisa.
There are people's lives at risk here. What would you like to do, Jeff?
Oh, carry on, here, Hitler.
Righty-ho. We take stock. Water, food, warmth.
Light.
There's a bottle at the water cooler half full.
And there'll be water in the toilets too if we can get to them.
Drink from the dunnies. I'll be gone by the time... What do we do when we want to take a crap?
We need to work out what to do with our body waste.
Oh, for God's sake, Louisa!
Yeah, I get what that's what I'm saying. We can't isolate it until we take the system out. Until we change that.
Well, that steel plate's been taken off. We need to isolate ourselves from the...
Taking over for Vicky Cotter. She's dead.
I'm very sorry to hear about your colleague, Health. Now, I need a sit report from you as soon as you can, and that's your station just over there. Thank you. Can you get
I'll
back?
need to get out at some point to tell her husband she was a friend.
Yeah, it'll be taken care of. But now that you're here, and I need that report as soon as possible. Thanks, Hal. Look, if it's too hard for her, would you get a replacement, please? Because she is no good to us the way that she is now.
Oh, Angela, yeah.
Rupert. How's the mayor?
She signed the paperwork, I think.
You think? Well, are we declaring?
Civil defence emergency. So you're in charge of the city, Angela, and I suspect we're close to a state of national emergency.
Mitch!
Other centres around the country have activated. It seems they're ready to help, but look, I've got to go, so...
Right. I will want to see...
Good luck.
Police, fire, roading, housing and health in the control room in 10 minutes, and I want an interim overview from each of them, and I want you in there with me.
Sure.
Hey, this is my tree. There's not room enough for both of us, mate. There's only room for me. Cold? Freezing. Hang on to Einstein for a bit. He'll warm me up. Smarty's back leg, he gets a bit sleepy.
What'd you call him, Einstein?
He's the brains of the outfit.
I'm doing law.
Yeah? Run by crooks for the crooks.
No. Keeps things honest. Keeps people in order. Protects property.
Yeah. Didn't stop you stealing Daddy's car.
Fuck off.
You finished with that dog, have you?
No.
feel that one before? Knocked me off my feet.
Dizzy and Bess have gone to get help. You can hear things down on the road, so it won't be long now. I wish I could do more.
Kia ora, good morning. A summary of what we know 14 hours after the major earthquake that struck Wellington. The earthquake measured 8.2 and occurred at 5:15 p.m. The tsunami arrived 13 minutes later. Overnight, a national state of emergency has been declared. Also overnight, aftershocks have continued. The biggest at midnight measured 7 in magnitude, and the widespread panic that had occurred earlier in the evening began again. Structural damage to buildings was again extensive, and there are massive landslips throughout the greater Wellington region, blocking key arterial routes like Nauranga Gorge and the Hutt Motorway. The city is completely cut off. We have managed to establish a satellite link with 2 crews in Wellington. Here's the first of our live reports from Miriama King in the Newtown area.
This is just one of a number of fires currently raging in inner city suburbs such as Thorndon and the Aroa Valley, where there are larger amounts of older wooden houses. The timing of the quake at 5:15 p.m. meant that there are a lot of gas cookers and heaters in use, and some gas lines exploded. Fire crews can't get around the city, and there have been a lot of situations overnight that I've seen where a fire that has started in one house has destroyed a whole block of houses. Some people have done a great job putting out individual fires, and of course, down by the harbour where the tsunami came through, there have been fewer fires.
I gather that you are virtually trapped in Newtown?
Yes, we certainly didn't feel as though we could move around much last night, but the plan is now to set out for the downtown area. We'll be on foot, we'll be carrying our portable satellite equipment, so we may take some time.
Thanks, Miriama, and take care. We'll hear back from Miriama when she reaches the CBD. As mentioned, we're still unable to make contact with our reporters in downtown Wellington. Civil Defence have requisitioned all helicopters in the lower North Island. Apparently, there are a number of buildings that have come down. Many others are extensively damaged. We have got some pictures captured and sent out of the effect of the quake and tsunami. In the greater Wellington area, we have no idea how many people have been killed, injured or are missing as a result of the original quake, let alone the tsunami, fires and aftershocks. Estimates, though, range from 500 to 1,000 dead.
You're too wound up in yourself. I've got to get some clothes.
Oh, your priorities are screwed. Think about the animals of the zoo. I'll have to shoot them. You can't have tigers that ship wandering.
Well, I didn't think about that.
No, I know. That's what I mean. All the boys over the jail, I'll be shooting them too.
I don't think so.
You calling me a liar?
No, of course not. Can I carry on, son?
Yeah, all right. Where is he?
Is it full?
About half.
You'll never move her.
I don't want to lose her in the next shake. Lost the chimney in the last one.
You got a tarp?
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Me and me mate will cover the hole. After breakfast?
Where's your mate?
Oh, he's a bit shy. Give us a hand. Here, give us a lift. Ready?
Took me all morning to tidy the house.
Here. Should do it.
Police, how's the CBD?
That's not good. Still, lots of the buildings and streets are very dangerous. There's a lot of flooding. We're still trying to get a clearer picture of which parts of the city have been worst affected. But we do have good numbers on the ground, and the rescue teams are being supported.
Okay, roading.
Yep.
How many gangs have you got out?
Fulton Hogan have one gang in Naranga now. They've got another gang headed towards Adelaide Road to clear through to the hospital.
Priority?
We need to get all 15 gangs out as soon as possible. Clear through the quay so we can get across town.
Motorways?
The overbridges are down, the airport's out, and so are both tunnels.
Keep me informed. Next 24 hours are crucial. Okay, housing. How much pressure?
A lot in the south. They're flooding into schools and churches already.
Plan for displaced persons accommodation?
Yeah, we're thinking 10,000.
You better make it 20,000 housing. Get started, get cracking. Right, health. Plans for the dead.
We commandeer refrigeration trucks.
No, it's going to take us 3 days, maybe 5 days before you can even get across town. And I don't think we've got enough refrigerated trucks in the whole of the country.
Mass grave.
Really?
It's not on the plan, but if the numbers keep mounting, we might have to consider it.
Okay. Talk to police and coroner's office, and you are to keep this idea quiet. Mitch, I want you to talk to Christine.
And we need more body bags.
Get them. Right, fire. Let's talk about Newtown and Mount Vic. Let's see if we can get these fires under control.
Well, access is pretty much impossible. I mean, I've got water issues. I've got none.
Excuse me? Have you seen this man? Excuse me, have you seen this man? His name's Ward. He's my husband. Excuse me, have you seen this man? Have you seen this man? His name's Ward. He's my husband.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Come on, girls.
Now, what have you brought with you?
I've got nothing.
Well, first of all, I need you to... Sorry. Well, get a little bit of...
Alice, wait for me.
This is a civil defense message. Please stay tuned.
How did you know where to find us?
Of course he'll find us. You know Daddy.
No.
There's a spot for her over here. Okay, thank you. Come on. You can go over there as well.
This is a civil defense message. Please stay tuned for further announcements.
Looks like Newtown on fire.
Yeah?
God, the house shook itself like a wet dog.
What'll you do?
Stay put. What'll you do?
Just thinking about that.
Got a wife?
This is a civil defense message. Please stay tuned for further announcements.
Suit you. My brother's got a kid. I gave it to his missus. My brother was a drive horse and couldn't give her one, so I said I would. Yes, it made us all pretty close.
Good on you.
I don't get it.
I think he's in shock. A whiskey might help. Then we'll do that tarp for you.
Can I come in, please?
Come on. Come on in, come on. Take a seat here.
You had a hard time, mate?
I was on the motorway.
Us too. You want some food?
Please.
What about a cup of tea?
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're crossing now live to Erin Weston, our reporter who is up on the Kilbirnie Hill.
Alex, I'm standing overlooking Kilbirnie and Lyle Bay. From here you can look back across to what was the airport and towards Seatoun and Miramar. Now, as you can see, the airport has been severely damaged. That's along with large parts of Lyall Bay, where many of the seafront houses have just virtually vanished. While many of the airport buildings are still standing, air bridges, planes and vehicles are littered everywhere. It's just a scene of destruction on the ground down there. There are cracks in parts of the runway and the whole area is covered with sand. Flights have had to be rerouted to Palmerston North.
Erin, you're a Lyall Bay local. Can you tell us how you are holding up?
Alex, it's really quite something to be experiencing an earthquake in your own hometown and then covering it like this. Also, I haven't been able to get close enough to my house to see quite what the level of devastation is, although I know a number of the houses in the street that I live in have been just devastated. The water went right through there, and despite all the water, there's a number of fires, there are structures that are unsafe, there are people staggering around in shock. I'm just going to have to go down as soon as I'm allowed into the area to see what the devastation has done to where I live, but my family is safe, and that's really all that I'm worried about at this stage.
How about the other suburbs we can see in the background, Miramar and Seatoun? How are those people faring?
Well, at this stage, Seatoun and Miramar are completely cut off and boat access is impossible. And all the boats at marinas like at Evans Bay have either been ripped from their moorings and have disappeared, or they've been destroyed by the tsunami. Now, earlier, before we climbed up on this hill, we were down on this side of the Mount Victoria tunnel, which has collapsed. Now, as you can see, this one driver has had a miraculous escape. The tunnel is apparently also blocked in at the other end, but we just don't know what the situation is in the middle or how many people are trapped inside. Look, this just couldn't have happened at a worse time. It was rush hour when the earthquake struck, so inevitably there were a number of people inside the tunnel, but whether they're alive or dead at this stage, we just have no idea.
Yeah, look, I haven't got anyone I can release at the moment. I mean, it's hard enough getting someone across the road, let alone across town.
Well, you're just going to have to rejuggle your resources because...
I'm from Miramar. I've heard the reports coming in. It's not looking good out there.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
There's fire in Miramar.
Yes, there is. And in Berhampore, Newtown, CBD, Mount Cook. You will have seen all the reports coming in. It's very hard to take.
You're not sending any appliances over our way?
No. Limited appliances and no access.
My wife, my kids. We live in Tahi Street near the shops. It's a block of flats, 3-storey. You just can't leave them there to die.
I'll sort this.
Sorry, thanks, Mitch. Fact. No access. Waves swept across Lyall Bay and the airport. Cobham Drive is out for at least 2 days, probably 3. We had 3 fire appliances destroyed in Kilbirnie, which makes a total of 8 so far around the city. We don't have the manpower. It was a difficult decision to make, but it had to be made.
Do you have family out there?
Did you check your family before you came in here?
I was in town. I came straight here.
Well, there's a first rule. Check your family. And if it's any help to you, I didn't check mine either. And I don't have anything to offer you except that we are doing the best that we can.
Had to ask.
Yeah, you did. You did. Look, it's a national emergency now anyway. Resources should be pouring in. Would you get me, Christine?
You should take a break.
Saying that I'm not managing, Mitch?
You're well past your hours. You'll drop if you don't take a break. I can manage. I've had a break. Take 4 hours, 6 if you can.
Christine first.
Angela.
Hey. Now, there are a couple of what I would call alarm and despondency issues. So, when you talk to the media, we have not abandoned Miramar, Seatoun and Berhampore, and we are not digging mass graves, and we do not expect the death toll to get above 10,000.
Well, we've got good cooperation so far.
Well, may it last.
The media are on our side at the moment, but realistically, it won't last forever. Television news crews are getting to places that we can't. In a few days, things will change.
I can't see past a few days. A few days will suit me fine. Mitch, I'm going to shut my eyes down below. And you wake me if things get worse, yeah?
You okay? You okay? You alright, mate?
No.
Tired?
No.
Do you want to lie down? I'll ask the lady.
No, it's in the car.
There's something wrong with... What was your name?
Badge.
What?
Badger. I'm diabetic.
He's diabetic? You need insulin.
It's in my car on the motorway.
He needs a doctor.
Don't look at me. He's a lawyer.
No doctor, no insulin, he'll die.
You seen the motorway? We'll never find his car. It's fucking totaled.
We need a chemist shop. Nearest one's Johnsonville, cross country.
We can't walk to Johnson... Hey. Okay. I suppose we could. Where's your car?
Featherstone.
Is Daddy home?
Not yet.
Is he going to bring Michael?
Go back to sleep. Okay, go back to sleep.
What are we going to do? I want to go home.
Daddy will know what to do. Okay, go back to sleep. I'm awake and watching, okay?
Miriama Kingi has now managed to get from Newtown to downtown Wellington. And Miriama, I understand it's taken you several hours.
Yes, Alex, and the scene behind me will give you some idea of why. These buildings in McGinnity Street are still standing, but nearly every single sheet of glass has come out and most of it seems to have fallen onto the street. Under this glass, a number of people have literally been cut to ribbons. Rescue services have labelled this one of their no-go zones, and I understand that they have no expectation that anyone who was on the street at the time could have survived the falling glass. We've been talking to rescue workers. It's another one, Mike. Oh.
Miriama. As you can see, aftershocks are still being felt throughout the city. And now, using our satellite system, we've got some more shots from reporter Gary McLaren. This footage is of the harbour this morning. The tsunami carried extraordinary amounts of sediment, rendering berths unusable and effectively closing the harbour to shipping. There's obviously an enormous amount of chemical pollution that we can see throughout the harbour. It's come from the gas and oil reservoirs at Seaview, which have been severely damaged by the quake. Another problem, apparently, in downtown Wellington is access to the hospital in Newtown, and even out to the Hutt and Kenepuru hospitals. Some seriously injured people are being carried to the Newtown hospital through the streets. Hutt Hospital has been seriously affected by the tsunami, sweeping up the Hutt River and across. And while Kenepuru Hospital in Porirua is apparently still functioning, access from Wellington and the Hutt is impossible. We also understand that the hospital is swamped with cases from the Porirua Basin, and in particular from Mana, which has virtually disappeared after the tsunami.
This basement gives me creeps.
dead weight, Badge. Oh, hang in there, man.
How do we know that the pharmacy's going to be open?
We don't.
Or that Johnsonville's going to be open?
Just gotta put your trust in some things, boy. Otherwise you wouldn't get out of bed in the mornings.
Yeah, but do you know if the pharmacy's going to be open?
No! Just like I didn't know I was going to end up with some pussy who stole his father's car and leaves it to a lady to do the bloody work. Now, excuse me, take over. I shouldn't have to tell you, boy.
Oh, you can't come in here. This is mine. It's mine. We were here first. Oh, shout.
Shh, no, don't wake the children. You'll be all right. It's over.
What do you know? You know nothing. Have you seen this man? His name is Ward. He's my husband and he didn't come home.
No, I haven't. Sorry.
You see? You know nothing.
What will you do when you find him?
I'll tell him.
And what will he do?
He'll hold me.
Would it be helpful if I held you?
You're not Ward.
I could still hold you. Just for a moment.
What do you want?
Just want to be able to hold someone.
We don't have much water. Are you thirsty?
Water's like gold, can you spare it? I am thirsty. Thank you.
God, he'll be so angry. And it's all my fault. And he'll blame me. And he'll blame me.
Come on, Badge. We're relying on you.
Listen, mate, I think you've had an accident in your pants. Sorry. I thought I should
Have I?
say...
Sorry.
It's no big deal. Look, I can clean it up for you. Just wanted to let you know I don't think you should just... It won't be long.
Thanks, Dad.
Dizzy and Bess haven't come back yet. Jeff and Louisa are trying to clear a way to the stairs.
You won't leave me, will you?
No. Of course I won't.
All right? Take a breather.
Hello? Anyone here? Is anyone here? I'll get going. Go on, you'll have to hurry. Go on, you might find a car.
Come on. You
gonna be right? We'll be fine. Just hurry. I'll be back in no time.
Careful. Careful.
Help me with this, please.
It's not safe, Jeff.
It's coming! Oh, let me be light! Come here! There's the stairs.
You fit? You play league?
Nah. You?
Nah. Never found the time.
A dance.
The cha-cha-cha and shit.
Yeah.
You had me on.
Nah.
Right. Police.
We've
got reinforcements standing by in Auckland and Christchurch and some in Hastings, but until we get enough transport, we can't get them through.
Taiho till tomorrow?
Looks like we have to.
Yes, police, it does. Fire. Things looking any better?
The appliances we have left are all tied up in the CBD. Still can't get through to Berhampore, can't get through to Newtown, still can't get through to... We may have to let older Wellington burn.
Well, surely we can get water there somehow. I mean, monsoon buckets.
There's not enough choppers available.
The road gangs are a full stretch.
All right, well, come on, peoples, come on. We need ideas, ways of stopping old Wellington from burning.
When is access going to be available?
Well, first of all, there's such an enormous amount of human suffering and property destruction. It's unrealistic for us to put any estimate on that.
Well, you must have some idea of how many people are dead. Are we talking hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands?
I'm sorry, it's just too early to say. And realistically, our priority is with the injured. We would ask that if people are not seriously injured and they have some food and water supplies, that they remain where they are. Our message to them is that help is on its way.
Soon?
Soon. Realistically, for uninjured people, we are hoping that they can survive without help for a few days. We have to operate to a set of priorities.
But 24 hours after the earthquake, does anyone have any real handle on the scale of this disaster and what's happening on the rescue front?
Health.
Where do I start? Well, we're still not through to Wellington Hospital yet. Road isn't clear. We have temporary field hospitals in Karori and Tawa operational, and a new one being erected at Massey campus in Mount Cook. It should kick in by tomorrow.
Well done.
We desperately need an access road through town, around the harbour.
Well, come on, Roding.
It'll be 24 hours at least. There's nothing I can do. That's all the resources I have.
I'm a virgin. I was going to drown down there on the motorway, and all I could think was that I'd never get to have sex. You know what I mean?
I said your priorities were fucked up.
Let's get that insulin. Do they know the power's off?
Press.
Chemist. Round the back. Come on. Come on.
I'm standing on the Wellington side of this barrier, which is on a side road just in from Otaki. All roads leading to Wellington from here and across to Featherston and the Wairarapa have been closed, and checkpoints are being maintained by police with help from the Army and the Civil Defence. No one is getting through. No relatives of people beyond the blockade, no media. Earlier, there was an altercation when the gates were opened briefly to allow a family to leave. Emotions are running high with people wanting to enter the zone to find friends and family members. Many of these people, as you can see, are distraught. But the authorities are saying, look, they just cannot cope with extra people in the zone. There has been some exceptions, people with skills or experience in areas such as earth moving, building, construction. They are being allowed in, they've been rescued or assigned to rescue teams, but if it's felt they're on a personal mission, then they're just not being allowed in.
I can fit through that.
Yeah?
Here's the lift.
Yeah.
Shut up, you mongrel.
Who's going to hear? Don't talk to him like that.
We'll need hypodermics too. Needles.
I hate needles.
Where is the staff?
Try the fridge. That's where my dad keeps his heart stuff. Yes! Got it! We're coming, Badge.
Angela. Angela.
Sorry, Rupert. Sorry, I'm snatching a mo.
Well, deserved. You've been on deck for a while now.
What's it like out there? I mean, I say, you know, clear this, get that, dig a hole, make it bigger, build a tent city here, build another one there. And well, they do it. I don't know. I suppose they do it. What's it all add up to? We save Wellington?
Well, what could be saved? You've saved. Have you been out? Have you seen it?
No, I'm too much of a coward. I'd rather stay shut away in here.
Well, the relief effort's really stepping up now. And the Aussies, they've promised us a massive amount of support.
You're tipping me out of my chair, Rupert.
Don't be silly. You know what the mayor thinks of you. Everyone's in awe.
Yeah, well, there's a very big but in there, but...
We've got more resources now, Angela. I mean, it gives you a chance to get the rest you need.
Well, I'll sleep over tonight and I'll be right as rain tomorrow.
2 days, Angela. We want you to hand over to the second controller for 2 days.
Oh, Rupert, what on earth would I do? Please,
No.
please.
2 days. Orders of the CEO.
Jeff, wake up.
Let him sleep, Louisa.
He's supposed to be the boss, looking after his workers. Look at him. Jeff, look after us.
Leave me alone.
You sorry ass bastard. You curled up there like a little maggot.
What do you want me to do?
Look after us. Take charge. Think.
What? Man, never thought I'd be drinking water out of a toilet. Listen. It's someone. They're here. We're in here! All together. We're in here! Shout again, Jillif! We're in here! Here.
The death toll from the Wellington earthquake rose today when 2 men were shot after breaking into a suburban pharmacy. believed that the men were searching for drugs and was shot by a local vigilante. While police say that looting has been rare in the aftermath of the disaster, apparently the vigilante was patrolling the shopping area after an appliance store had been broken into. Police have not yet released the names of the victims. Both were Caucasian males.
Out you get, love.
Up that way to registration.
Keep going. Up to me. We want to go home. There are things.
It's all right. Just go that way to registration.
Stay with me.
This way, thank you.
We want to go home.
They want to register you first, then medical.
Have you seen?
Keep coming, thank you.
When it's gone, it's gone.
That's what we said when we finished the biscuits. Getting smelly in here.
What about Warren's cup?
He's dead.
Can't be sure, Louisa. Fair shares, come on.
This is the last of it.
What about Jeff?
Sneaked off. I'm gonna fight that bastard's achievement bonus. You and me, Tan, we carried him all the way.
Behind me is a site I think most New Zealanders associate with third world countries. In this undisclosed location, very close to central Wellington, a mass grave has been dug. A lack of power and even diesel has meant the initial decision to fly in refrigerated containers wasn't feasible. Fear of disease has resulted in this mass burial site. Authorities are refusing at this stage to say how many will be buried here, but it's our understanding that it will be at least 1,000. This site was chosen because it's well above the water table. Around 2/3 of the bodies being buried here have been identified, but of course relatives aren't able to attend their burials because movement in and around the Wellington region has been severely restricted. A number of dental experts and the police are involved with bagging and storing personal effects, including jewellery. Where a body has not been identified, it's photographed and then a toe tag placed upon it so that it can be ID'd later if it's exhumed in a year or so.
I want to go home.
Home's where? You're from...
Lyle Bay.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh, well, I know that Lyle Bay had a terrible time.
We were there. You can't know.
Well, I'd like to know. Can you tell me?
The children were outside. I'd sent them out. Go and tell your father. The water came and I can't. I want to go home. There are things I have to do.
Lyle Bay is a restricted area. It's closed off. I'm sorry.
I just want to go home.
Look, I really need to get some details from you. Can you give me your full name? Well, have you got any ID on you? No. Oh. Well, what's your name, love?
Joe.
Joe. Okay, good. And what about you?
Alice.
Alice. All right. Alice who?
Alice Nelda.
Alice Nalda. All right. Alice and Joe Nalda. It's a good start.
You know, they're always saying all hopes of finding more survivors are... And then someone shouts, "It's a miracle!" And they dig you up with their bare hands. And you smile and give a wave. That'll be you and me. You smile and I'll wave, eh? Yeah. I know you're dead. It helps to talk. Put your cup over here. I'll borrow back my jacket, if you don't mind.
We are live now with a press conference being held by Wellington City CEO Rupert Stalker and the WeMo Media Liaison Officer Christine Fox-Duggan.
Afternoon, everybody. Questions?
Yes, Christine, can you tell us what's the situation with communications in and out of Wellington at the moment?
Over half the city now has cell phone coverage, and there are isolated spots where landlines are working. But there is still no power to the city at all.
Christine, any estimate of when the power will be restored?
We hope to begin getting power in soon, but to be realistic, the supply will be erratic for months.
What about water and waste?
We are getting some water in, and we will be beginning to pipe water from outside into low-lying collection points. But those in higher areas will have to come down a bit to collect it.
So is waste a concern in terms of disease?
Yes, but we are addressing that, and it will be part of the council's plans for what happens with Wellington over the next 12 months.
12 months? There are a number of high-level discussions going on right now as to whether it is feasible to rebuild Wellington as it was before this event occurred.
What does that mean?
Please, these discussions will take some time, and we need people to be realistic about this. However, look, people should know that we are doing everything we can on the ground to help them.
In downtown Wellington, search and rescue teams are still recovering bodies. 7 days after the quake, some dangerous no-go areas like this one are now being searched thoroughly. It's a mostly painstaking and depressing job, but amazingly, as well as bodies, there are still people being found alive. This pocket of survivors were found in the Orcom Tower on McGinnity Street, a building too severely damaged to allow floor-by-floor searches. The alarm was raised when a white flag was seen jutting from the debris on the 5th floor. Dogs and abseilers have been used to recover at least 4 bodies and 3 survivors from the building.
You know, we had that shake the other day, 4 point something. It's a bloody flea bite. The big one was 8.2, but I just went rigid. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe. Stiff as an ironing board in the middle of... It all came back. When I was in there, I didn't think about family. Block them out. Or I can kill you, I believe that. I'm thinking of moving to Aussie. They don't get them there. Thinking about it. You know, She can be a rough little country, this one. All my workmates, Warren and Louisa, bloody Dizzy, Bess. But Jeff, he was the one. Jeff saved me. I mean, Jeff saved me with that bloody flag of his. But why me? Why did I make it? I still don't know.
I cleaned out the freezer. Well, had to. There's no power and had to eat the food. I cooked a turkey on the open fire. The chimney came down and the water tank shifted. 2 men came out of the bush. They'd been washed up by the tsunami from the motorway. Took the clothes fair off their back. I couldn't see the motorway. They told me it was totaled. Fucking total, Frank said. We were friends there for a while. Sorry, some of it's private. You don't know a brickie, do you, who could fix my chimney? God, they're like hen's teeth now.
I found Mikey by the treehouse. And I buried him down there. When they came to take the other dead people in the area, I didn't tell them. He was mine.
I had my insurance filed within a month. They said, get it in, we'll look after it, so I did. The assessor came out, and they paid the money so we can rebuild. But Zoe doesn't want to leave Michael, and I'm not living down by the sea. I don't trust it anymore. We're in bloody limbo. I just want things back how they were.
But they won't be. People ask us how we manage. Well, you're here, aren't you? What choice have you got?
Can't do this anymore.
Well, I loved Wellington before the biggie, and I still love Wellington. I always have. It's like a love affair. You don't always know why, you just do. I love the way that people walk up Cuba Street and they're bare feet and jandals, and I love the mix of the hills and the houses, and whenever I was away, I couldn't wait to get back again. It's a bit of a crappy landing, but, home. We always thought of it as our city. Our city. That was small enough but big enough, and it was our houses and our hills. But it's like it's been hurt. It's been and we all lost friends. And we lost property, lovely big old wooden government building and old St Paul's and so much. And we thought that it wouldn't happen here. Happened before though, 1855, and we rebuilt. Stronger, bigger, taller. But I do think it was a terrible mistake to move government to Auckland.
Well, I've been with the council now for 10 years. So when they asked me what I thought, I said, yeah, sure, we could do it. Best place, really. Actually, it's quite peaceful up here. Those we could identify, we did, through dental records, next of kin, jewellery, DNA records. And that'll continue when they're exhumed. People ask me, how many? I look at it like this. Those people were whānau and friends of all of us. You can't put a number on whānau or friends, or their kids. We're just looking after them until they're given their final resting place. It's been an honour, really.